This one is like the last Pokemon run that I was solo challenge. That's interested in on a personal level. This offers a Pokemon with dubious success. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. The main thing is that the evolution of this thing has an alternate form that completely changes its stats, mainly the attack stats like the most important, and makes it slow. I compensated the slowness with a speed enhancing nature, so and from Epic Big Night I knew that will be more than enough. This Darumaka part I just show because, you know, obligation. People did run with only the unevolved form. Its main problem is hustle ability, which makes everything unprecise, so the 20% chance that your attack will miss, and that's kind of a problem. Weirdly, the random works like it either doesn't cause that kind of problem, or it will just wreck your run. Like 5 times in a row you just miss. This is the point where I still had rollout, and that kind of crap doesn't have defense cards, so it can't make rollout strategy actually good. I was defeating every trainer I had access to, even the one standing in the bush at the middle of the forest, so yeah, I really needed that, because when I went to the desert, you will see it in a couple of minutes, I was still not level 35. That's fortunately the level the game actually has implanted Zen Darmanitans. You can't have the hidden abilities normally. I had to change with the program that thing here. I had to defeat these trainers too to turn into Zen Mode, to their evolve up. Yeah. It turned out there is a couple of problems with the emulator, because if I overwritten a quick save file with, you know, where I already had saved with the normal version of this Pokemon, after a fight it changed back from Zen Mode to harsh power, or whatever the name of it is. It seriously buffs the power of your moves. Doesn't really matter, it's just something I have to talk about, because, you know, it really doesn't really affect anything, because I don't get damaged much, and I wouldn't even. The bonus side of Zen Mode is that you don't have to worry about the misses, but sheer force, which the evolved form has, already overrides that, so there is really not much upside of it, and you have to use one of the move slots, or you only have 4 for a special move because of that. And you can't even keep Uproar because that's a normal type move, and in the Celestial Tower, which the local graveyard is, there will be ghosts, and ghosts can be harmed with normal type moves. We are already in the flying type gym. It's really not that hard, actually easy. At this point you have Fire Punch, that's a 100% accurate move. Fire Fang is only 95, and with Hustle it was really a thing to save for it always. Hammer Arm has 90% accuracy, but without Hustle you barely notice it, and you need a fighting type move eventually. And most of the special moves are locked behind the post game, like Psychic, solar beam or something, and all those moves are two-turn moves, so they are really bad, not optional. I mean, not optimal. My hidden power was dragon, so I could have used that. I didn't want that. And in case I needed to overlevel, I was considering, maxing my IVs and so that and optimizing my EVs, but I didn't need that. That was very likely I will not need it because Darmanitan has a very good stats, all that are considered. Even with the timid nature, which lowers your physical attack moves at the price of speed, but I eventually wanted to turn into Zen Mode, so that was okay. But it's mostly just doing the punching it and hoping you don't get below 50% HP. Interestingly, the Crocorox and some of the Pokemon can easily one-hit beat Grass Knot at first, two-hit a couple of things, even in your physical form. So it's really, I did not consider Tail Whip, and I show you the bug. I realized I have sheer force here. I noticed I was third off with very low HP, and I realized I did not turn to Zen Mode, so I discovered this emulator bug. So I just show you, and I show you that I did a workaround it. Not a big deal actually. Yeah, workup in the later stages just really helps you out. It just spares you a couple of levels, and I didn't do rare candies, I used the Lucky Egg. So workup is actually sacrificable, but it's convenient. These Rodegons are still annoying with their rough skin. Here I was thinking, what will happen, but it was a one-shot, so whatever. All the gyms were, as usual, just easy, so really, you just have to grind through all them with every playthrough. It's not a very attractive game for me, especially anymore. Here you can see that when you hit Cophagiragus, you turn into money, you lose the Zen Mode. Eventually, I show you this because, I was fucked up. And there is something interesting that I wanted to show, at least if it was as I remember. Or I passed the editing, so I just making the commentary. But I think I turn into Zen Mode, then I turned back to normal mode with mommy on me, and it was just very weird. Yeah, I'm Zen Mode. Yeah, I hit Fire Punch. Yeah, and I just turned back, and I was, what's going on? So I just wanted to show that for you, but I figured out this mummy, and the next try, yeah, I don't have the special moves. See, that's, yeah, I got access to a couple of special moves, but they are just not good enough. I'm still trying, but Jersey and the big thing. I realized Grass Knot is just You know, I'm in the physical form, so it's not good enough, so I need workup. And with workup, losing the Zen mode is just, you know, like normal mode, Darmanitan. This room falls back all to that. They really don't have that much firepower against you, so it's whatever. And now everything becomes one shot. Yeah, I don't turn Sam, I'm above, still in the green, still above the limit. This was one shot, Stalwart will be one shot. Medusa Ghost will be a one shot this time. Seagrass not even in the physical form, it's heavy. I was worrying, but I survived on 3 HP. And it was not in the healing range, so I was very lucky with this one. How does the flame body work? But I just hit it anyway because I remember this will knock it out and hopefully I avoid the consequences, and yes, I just passed. Can come the rest of the rooms. This is the dark room. Yeah, I'm very proud I am detective without. I checked what moves will be good here. Krokorok, hammer punch, and it hits. Step up a level here. There is no bench boost glitch anymore, so that's no one will complain about it. The stupid faker, it's faster than me, yeah. So I did not optimize for speed. They are EVs, so yeah, I occasionally I could count one hand all of these encounters. So, yeah. Let's go to the psychic room. These are also damage sponges, but I have the charcoal in my hands, so I will hit hard. Same time bonus at all that chance. They would be, I think, super effective because if the fighting dual fight, it changes to psychic when you go Zen mode, but you see, you don't really lose much HP if you are high enough level. And it starts healing, but I have enough PP left, so you see, with the unknown even, which only has one move, I only have to use 1 Aether. The difficulty, considering the amount of PPs you use up, is really ridiculously low in this league. The whole of the league is not that easy, because most of the Pokemons are just damage sponges. I was starting to be worried here, but it went down without much problem. I was like, yeah, cool, maybe it was a critical hit and don't fall back. Let's see the last room. I was thinking, will I one-shot the Troch, the biggest Pokemon he has? And I do. Not, but it misses with Stone Edge. They ridiculously miss with like all the Stone Edge this time. Gets into the healing loop, it's absolutely fantastic. I don't want them to use some soak or something like that. rest of the Pokemon are really just... Oh yeah, Conkeldurr, I always forget that that's again a huge thing. But it will again visit the Stone Age. It won't. But, you know, I have 100 HPs. So pleased. Yeah, that was level up again. I finished like 73 or something, yeah. Yeah, Shao did not outspeed, so I was great. I won this room. Then I knew I just have to die at M, so it's really won't be a problem to switch moves or get this. Of course, use the Master Ball to get the dragon. Had a full party to avoid the dragon being my lead. This is an interesting fight, by the way. Start with Dig to avoid hits. It activates light screen or whatever. Gets into healing, I think. Okay, not. Caracosta avoid me. I liked it because came for second day I had to use Dig against these two, Zekrom and Caracosta, but thirdly, so I was for all thing, at least the light screen get off. This is where I realize I'm in trouble. It hits me and it's hard, at least it's not water move. I just hit it with... I could have hit it with Fire Punch, that would have been better because this blast is not 100% activated. I was like, at worst case scenario I turn it back. Oh yeah, and I turned into Zen Mode. Fire Blast is special move, so it's actually boosted, that's why I picked it up. And for Getsis, he starts the Cofagaragus grow for toxicness, you get the money, and it's a normal Darmanitan from that point on, but you need a fighting type move, so Dig will be changed for that. And in the first turn you use the Work Up to get the one hit on the Cofagaragus. And you get another Work Up later against the Toad. Saves me Toad, yeah, that one.